Hello people, and welcome to the video that you're currently watching on your screen, or mobile device, or laptop, computer, something, just the thing you're watching on. Welcome, hi, and yes, okay, so, not entirely sure what that was, but whatever. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, yes. The overall, you see my overall record in the top right-hand corner of your screen on, just the top right-hand corner of your screen. I'm 95, 53, and 1. Of course, the 1 is the Lions and Cardinals in week numero uno. If you're mad about it, switch it to 95 and 54. Last week was horrible for me. Last week was horrible for me, I just repeated myself, but I'm proving a point. Horrible. I was like 4-9. Yeah, horrible. And see, I've of course got more than 50% of my picks, but I think, my goal for the end of the season is to be a 70% or above. That's my goal, like where I want to be. I'm kind of hoping I make it, but currently, let's see. I'm not quite there. Or at least over 66.666 for you. And 666, and so on. 66.6 repeating, as we would say in math class. But that's my goal, is to get just double amount of wins as I do losses. But anyway, it is now week 11, and I picked the Dolphins to beat the Redskins. I was actually at that game. That was a fun game. I was sitting literally right in front of where it ended, so that was actually pretty fun. Of course, we failed, but it was fun. Come on. All right, Thursday night game, 2-night game. Hopefully I don't become an idiot and forget to upload it before the game. It is currently 4:58, and so game starts at what, 6:25 or 15, something like that. So I have a little bit of time, but not very much. Steelers Browns. I picked the Steelers, even though it's in Cleveland. It's really not that far, but I think the Steelers are a better team. As much as I hate to say this, because the Dolphins have their first round pick, and it'd be nice if we got it, but whatever, like a better one. But, I still think they'll beat the Browns. Browns suck. They just beat the Bills, I know that, but again, they're going to be like the Titans, I'm pretty sure, in the next few years, and just going to be average and, unpredictable. They can do an amazing thing one week and then suck the next week. I'm kind of thinking that's what's going to happen here. Yeah. So I think the Steelers are win. Falcons, Panthers. Last week's Falcons game was the not normalest game I've ever seen. Most irregular game. Actually, I probably shouldn't have said that, because, I was going to say that later, but, is the least likely outcome of, all the games, ever. This season, at least. Most confident I've been in a game in a freaking long time. And they lost. The Saints lost to the Falcons. The Saints lost to the freaking Falcons 26-9. I picked up their kicker in fantasy. Didn't matter. I lost by 20 because Jimmy Garoppolo didn't do amazingly in the Monday night. He threw 2 interceptions, bounced off, and they had 2 fumble recoveries, or 2 lost fumble. Anyway, I still think the Panthers can beat them in Carolina, even though it's kind of the case with the Saints in New Orleans, but whatever. So Panthers will win that. Cowboys, Lions. This was a tough one, but I went with the Cowboys because I really don't know why. I just feel like they're gonna win, and Lions, if Stafford might be back. I really haven't paid attention to the Lions because they're the Lions, but If Stafford's back, it'll be a close game. If he's not, Cowboys will definitely win it, pretty much. Jaguars and Colts. This one was another tough one. Colts just lost to the freaking Dolphins, but yeah, I think the Colts will beat the Jags in Indianapolis. Of course, that was my case with last week against the Dolphins in Indianapolis, and they're the freaking Dolphins. Bills Dolphins. Speaking of the Dolphins, I picked the Bills. Believe it or not. I mean, let's see. Game against the Jets was at home, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm like, if we've won 2 straight games on the road, that'd actually be pretty sick. But whatever. I'm a Dolphins fan. If you didn't know that, and it's been fun the last 2 weeks watching them, or not watching them because I live in Utah, but seeing them win. Jets aren't any good, and Colts lost Andrew Luck, and we're down to, their second string quarterback after Andrew Luck. So like Jacoby Brissett was injured. It was Brian Hoyer. That sucks. But again, I guess the Bills just freaking lost to the Browns. Imagine losing to a team by the name of Brown. Imagine naming your team Brown. But whatever. Also, their color's orange. It's not brown. I'm so confused. But whatever. Bills will probably beat the Dolphins because they're probably going to make the playoffs. And the Dolphins, I'm going to say this. If the Dolphins win this game, I am giving them a legitimate chance to make the playoffs. No joke. Not like very high, like 15% to 25%, depending on how well they do. But if they win this game, they're a playoff contender, and they actually might do it. I'm not joking, especially because they're in the AFC. AFC. But Bills will probably beat them. Broncos, Vikings, Kirk Cousins is going to be murdered by the Broncos pass rush, even though Bradley Chubb's still hurt. He's going to be hurt the rest of the season. So I'm not sure why I'm really thinking about that, but Vikings are definitely a better team, and they're at home, and they're probably about the best team in the league if they're at home. So I'm going with the Vikings, plus the Broncos aren't very amazing. Saints, Buccaneers. Saints are going to have a huge bounce back and beat the Buccaneers in a high-scoring game because I need Chris Godwin to get lots of points again for fantasy. Jets, Redskins. This one's probably the toughest game of the week because they're both horrible. It's a tank fest. Like, literally, it's hard to predict which team's going to tank harder. I'm kind of going with the Redskins taking harder because they're at home. And, okay, actually, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Jets are a better team, I think. At least have a potential to be a better team. I picked up their defense in fantasy for this purpose. And, I just think the Jets are going to win. Beat the crappy Redskins, whose only wins against the Dolphins. How cruddy is that? Who was right in front of my face. I gotta watch Terry McLaurin do Orange Justice right in front of me. Like, right in front of me. Like, 20 feet in front of me. Maybe not 20, like, a little more than 20, but, like, right in front of me. And I saw the 2-point aversion, as people call it. Even though they are not tanking, they've proven they've just won the last 2 games, okay? You win 1 game if you're tanking. Maybe 2, but not against the Colts. But anyway, I don't like the Redskins right now. Wait. I'm confusing myself. Jets are going to beat the Redskins. Texans and Ravens. Probably Texans. There are so many hard picks this week. I thought most of the picks last week were semi-easy. Lions, Bears, maybe not. Well, yeah, Bills, Browns, Saints, Falcons, Chiefs, Titans, Dolphins, Colts. I thought those were all simplistic picks. Maybe even Packers, Panthers. And they all lost. Of course, the Ravens over the Bengals was an easy pick, but they won, so I didn't mention them. But anyway, Texans and Ravens, I think probably Texans, because Ravens are overrated. I'm going to say it a lot. Lamar Jackson is not going to win MVP. That is going to be maybe Russell Wilson if they do good. Otherwise, I really don't know. I just freaking hope it's not him because he's not very good. I mean, he's good. He should be a running back. He would be a running back if he was a little more, like, big. But Texans will beat him. Cardinals, 49ers. I'm deciding whether I want to play Carson Wentz or Jimmy Garoppolo. Because, I mean, so the stat rankings, it says, like, they're playing a team with the, say, 15th best defense against that, like, position. Cardinals, Jimmy Garoppolo's at number 32, so, I mean, that means that they're the, like, worst, so who's likely to get more points. So, Cardinals are at 32 for quarterbacks, and Jimmy Garoppolo's playing them. Patriots are not number 1. So, yeah. Probably going to play Garoppolo, but I don't know. Garoppolo's going to lead the Niners to a win, that's what I know. I'm going a little over my wanted time. But, do you hear that? Whatever. Scary things. Bengals and Raiders. Raiders because the Bengals suck. Moving on. Holy crap, that's what I was talking about. Do you hear that? I'll hurry and finish this. Patriots and Eagles. Eagles because the Eagles are going to make the Super Bowl from the NFC. Rams and Bears. Rams because the Bears again aren't very good. Chiefs and Chargers. Chiefs, even though it's in Mexico City, Chiefs are going to win because the Chargers aren't as good. These are my picks. I'm going to hit the 100 win mark by the end of the week. Thank you for watching and goodbye.